Hello everyone, my name is Roya and today is Top 5 Wednesday. Today's topic is diverse characters, and this was a fun one, so let's get started. Number 5, Layla from Tell Me Again How a Crush Should Feel. Depending on how many videos of mine you've seen, you know how much I adore this book. It's not just a minority just for the sake of being a minority, it's because the fact that she is from a different culture and her parents are from a different culture actually really plays into the story, and it's a hugely important part of it. And this story revolves so much around Persian culture because there's a Persian main character. Number 4, Oryx from Oryx and Crake. I didn't put her higher on the list because she is not in the book anywhere near as much as Crake and Jimmy are, but she is also a huge influence on Jimmy throughout the entire story. Like, she basically shaped who he became in a way. The thing about Oryx as a character is that we're never really told where she came from. We can kind of make a few guesses where she's from and what ethnicity she is based on where she was taken as a kid and stuff like that, but it's never explicitly said. But it is pretty unusual for a dystopian book, a dystopian setting, to have a character that was taken from another country, didn't speak English, all this stuff. You can't forget that the stuff that happened to her happens to people in real life, and that this story, as far-fetched as it is, does take place in our world. Just not our world quite as we know it. And also, Oryx is really badass. Like, she used everything that happened to her advantage right from the beginning. She never once complained about it, even though some, like, seriously horrible shit happened to her. She just, like, took it and ran with it, basically. Number 3 is Hunter from Neverwinter. And what's really weird, honestly, about Neil Gaiman's books and his take on diverse characters is that he never explicitly says that they're a diverse character. A lot of the characters we're not necessarily told where they're from. A lot of times we don't even know or not explicitly told that they're a person of color either. So it's basically up to like your reading comprehension. There are some descriptions in here to like her skin color, but barely at all. And so I kind of just, I was like, okay, well, where's she from? They're not really saying. But anyway, she is a badass. Like, she's a really rad character, and the fact that they put such a badass woman in this book is just awesome. Number 2, Fat Charlie from the Anansi Boys. And again, this is a book by Neil Gaiman in which we're not told that the main character is even a person of color, but we can only assume that he is, basically, and he has been pretty much confirmed to be. So he is a very entertaining main character because he's just so weird. Like, he's actually a much more confident person than he thinks that he is. And so a lot of the situations he gets into, he can actually get out of, but he doesn't really think about it at first. And I don't know, it's just, and there's a lot of character development going on with him as well. Number 1 is Katrina O'Hanlon from The Huntress by Susan Carroll. That is the 4th book in the Dark Queen series. And Katrina, or Kat as she's called, is like the one Irish person in the book. And so if it were set in a different time period, that wouldn't really be that much of a minority, but this is set in like really olden day France. Basically though, Katrina is really awesome. She like grew up with a bunch of boys who taught her to fight, and she's just such a badass. The series has a lot of strong female characters, like almost all of the women in it are really awesome, but no one is quite as much of a badass as Katrina. So as you can tell from this list, I really like badass chicks, like in books. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will have another one up soon. Bye!